Guys, how's it going? So, I'm Chris, the owner and provider for Tactical TRT. I just want to take a few minutes to kind of introduce myself and tell you about the business. So, kind of backstory on me. I started off very young in the medical field at 18 in the U.S. Navy as a Navy corpsman. I spent 5 years doing that, kind of traveling around the world, seeing patients, and uh, mainly focusing in emergency medicine. After that, I did some pre-hospital care, some EMS stuff, progressed into nursing, where I was ER nurse for quite a few years, and then got my nurse practitioner. So, uh, being a veteran, veteran care is very important to me, and I started noticing, I was depressed, low fatigue, or had fatigue, um, decreased sexual drive. So looked into it, got my testosterone tested, and went with a larger company that's online. I'm not going to mention any names. Did the whole process, found out my T was low, got started on some hormone replacement therapy. But during the whole process, I felt very undervalued, underappreciated. I was just a number in a giant organization, basically. Um, I saw a provider very minimally. They gave me essentially no information. Just blanket TRT treatment. Did have follow-up labs, but my estrogen was very high. My testosterone still wasn't very high, and other markers were off. And it was very incomplete lab work. And so I stopped going to that company. I sought out a new company that was also a nationwide kind of TRT business. Even worse experience there. They ran very minimalistic lab, and then started me on a very high dose of testosterone with no estrogen blocker, even though my previous experience showed that I had high estrogen. I was converting quite a bit of estrogen during my TRT treatment. So I essentially ended up leaving that company as well. Tried to go through the VA to get my testosterone through a provider I could see. That was impossible. I've heard stories of veterans being able to get testosterone, but it is highly unlikely that you get a good therapeutic dose. So I decided to start this company, not for veterans only, but definitely uh, veteran friendly. So I treat all my patients like family. You're not a number when you're with Tactical TRT. You're part of my family. You get my cell phone number. We go over your lab work. I customize your treatment plan to optimize your health. When you're at your peak testosterone level, is within normal range, and your trough level is still within normal range, and your estrogen is controlled, it's amazing how you can feel. I've had quite a few patients that it's life changing. It gives you back uh, virility. It gives you back stamina. It gives you back the ability to grow muscle. It decreases depressive symptoms. It really is a all around great feeling when your testosterone is maintained appropriately. So there is, a kind of growing phase when you start. We have to start you on a dose and then correct as we need. We don't nail it off the bat. That's very unlikely that that's going to happen. And if you've never had TRT before and you have decent testicular function, once you start treatment, your testicles decrease production of testosterone as we add in exogenous or testosterone from the outside. So that's kind of a balancing act until we get everything settled. But there's tons of different treatment options, and clomiphene, testosterone, and I'm going to start making video series that explain some of this stuff. I know there's stuff out there on YouTube. There's stuff out there that you can find. That's great. I just want to add to the community and really show my patients that I do care, and give them resources if they have questions. They can kind of rummage through these videos, or text me, because I'm always available and always willing to to help my patients out. So just a brief introduction here for Tactical TRT. And if you got any questions, like I said, reach out. I'm easy to find. Websites https://tacticaltrt.com. All right, thanks guys. I'll be seeing you more.